All right, today we're tearing down a real giant in the travel industry, Skyscanner. And we're going to uncover a pretty fascinating and honestly a very costly problem that's hiding just under the surface of their massive success. Okay, let's get right into it.
So, first things first, let's just set the stage for how big we're talking here. In the US alone, Skyscanner pulls in an incredible 5.2 million organic visitors every single month. I mean, they're an absolute titan in online travel, no doubt about it.
And here's the twist. This is the puzzle that really kicks off our entire investigation. For a company this big, with this much reach, their organic traffic is actually shrinking. It's down 3.2%. So how is that possible? How can a site this dominant actually be losing ground? That's the mystery we're here to solve.
Yeah, we're calling this a giant's puzzling problem. Because, on the surface, everything looks amazing. But the moment you start digging into the numbers, a very different story starts to emerge.
I mean, just look at the scoreboard. They've got an authority score of 79. That is industry leader territory. They're bringing in that 5.2 million in organic traffic, and they have a staggering 125 million backlinks. By every single metric you see here, this site should be completely untouchable.
But this is where the paradox really becomes clear. Look at that top line. Their organic keywords, so the number of search terms they actually rank for, is up by almost 9%. That's great, right? But then look at the next line. Their actual traffic is down 3.2%. Their footprint is getting bigger, but they're somehow capturing fewer people. And when you see that their paid traffic is down a whopping 28%, well, that just puts even more pressure on their SEO to bring in the revenue, which makes this whole situation even more dangerous.
So the key here is that this isn't just some random dip. It's a specific kind of problem. It actually has a name. It's called an index efficiency leak. It's what happens when you're just adding more and more pages, you're ranking for more keywords, but those new additions aren't actually turning into valuable clicks. You're getting bigger, but you're not getting better.
So if we know there's a leak, our next job is pretty obvious. We've got to find it. How do we pinpoint exactly where a multi-million-dollar company like this is bleeding value?
Well, to do that, you use a diagnostic tool, something like this Efficiency Leak Locator. You just plug in the core metrics, traffic, keywords, even things like AI mentions, and it spits out a couple of key ratios that show you exactly where the site is losing that efficiency. The first metric is something we call traffic per keyword, or TpKW for short. The math is super simple, just total traffic divided by total keywords. Now, a good target to aim for is getting more than 3 visits for every keyword you rank for. Skyscanner, they're at 2.17. That is a crystal clear sign that they're ranking for a ton of search terms that just aren't bringing anyone to their site.
Now for the second leak. This one is brand new, and honestly, it's incredibly important in today's world. We're talking about the AI conversion gap. See, in the age of AI search, you don't just want AI to mention your brand, you need it to link to you. For Skyscanner, a massive 39% of their mentions in AI answers, they're unlinked. That's almost 40% of their free promotion from AI that's leading to absolutely zero revenue.
In this quote just illustrates the whole situation perfectly. Think about it. Adding more keywords and pages is like making your bucket bigger. But if you have leaks, like keywords that don't get clicks and AI mentions with no links, you're not actually holding any more water. You're just wasting a whole lot of effort.
Okay, so we found the leaks. Now for the really exciting part. What's the actual financial opportunity here if we can patch these holes? Let's talk about the multi-million-dollar fix.
How about an extra $62,400? And that's not a one-time thing. That's the potential uplift we're talking about every single month.
So, you're probably asking, where does a number like that even come from? Well, this is how. This calculator models the impact of improving what's called their click-out rate. That's just the percentage of people who leave Skyscanner by clicking a link to an airline or a hotel. By lifting that rate just one single percentage point from 18% to 19%, that tiny improvement generates over $62,000 in new monthly revenue. It just goes to show you, at their scale, small efficiencies create absolutely massive value.
So the answer isn't to just keep making the bucket bigger. The real answer is to improve what you already have. And specifically, that means focusing on what we call money pages. Those absolutely critical page templates like flight route pages or hotel city pages that are the ones that actually drive the clicks and the money.
And this is how you do it. You audit your key templates against a checklist, just like this one. You ask the simple questions.
Does the page have a fare calendar to show people the cheapest dates to fly? Does it have a clear price trend graph? These are the kinds of features that help users actually make a decision, and they're what turn a simple web page into a high-conversion money page.
Okay, so how do we put all these pieces together? Well, we can boil all these insights down into a really clear 3-point battle plan that turns this diagnosis into real action.
First, you upgrade those templates. Take that checklist and apply it to your most valuable pages right away. Second, you've got to focus on rank uplift. Getting a page to move from, say, position 8 to position 3, that creates a huge, dramatic jump in clicks. And third, practice what's called index governance. You have to be disciplined about what pages you even allow Google to see, which stops that bloat from ever happening again.
And what's really cool is that this strategy also creates a really powerful competitive advantage. Think about it. Against airlines like United or American, Skyscanner can't win on brand loyalty, but they can win by providing the absolute best, most comprehensive, unbiased comparison, which is exactly what those money page upgrades are designed to do.
And what about against other travel sites like Kayak or Orbitz? Well, their advantage is often bundles and deals, but Skyscanner's win becomes speed and being AI ready. By creating these really structured, data-rich pages that AI models love to cite and link to, they build a technical moat around their business that is really, really hard for competitors to copy.
So let's wrap this up. What are the key takeaways from this whole teardown? First, and this is a big one, growth in size does not equal growth in value. Second, even tiny efficiency gains when you're at scale can unlock massive revenue. Third, the fastest way to get that revenue is to focus on improving your most valuable money pages. And finally, a smart efficiency strategy like this is your best defense against both competitors and the rise of AI.
Which really brings us to our final thought. It's a question that every single business leader should probably be asking themselves, inspired by Skyscanner's story. Are your efforts just making your business bigger, or are they actually, truly making it better?